Quem é que inventou o jiu-jitsu? Foram o quê? Monges tibetanos, que começou a ensinar na Índia, e jiu-jitsu de lá veio para a China, veio para o Japão. Se veio de monge, isso é uma arma que veio de Deus. E olha, o raciocínio é tão profundo, é tão grande nesse sentido. Se você for analisar os golpes do jiu-jitsu, você vai ver que realmente é uma coisa extrasensorial, que não veio do nosso jiu-jitsu, não veio da nossa inteligência. Isso veio de coisa mais profunda. Analisa bem, vê as defesas do jiu-jitsu, que qualquer um pode fazer. Papai, tio Hélio, o próprio Gracie, 50 anos depois.
The only way that I could describe Jiu-Jitsu, to me, is my religion. I can't see things the same way as everybody does because I see through Jiu-Jitsu eyes. It's like people think we sell Jiu-Jitsu, we sell a martial arts to our students and to the people around us. We don't. Self-confidence, we're selling a positive lifestyle. Jiu-Jitsu is not just a martial art, it's a lifestyle. If you take Jiu-Jitsu out of me, you're gonna have an empty shell. It's like everything that I am and everything that I think guided by Jiu-Jitsu, and can't thank my grandfather enough for bringing our family into this. It was the chance to see people that before they were empty and they were like weak, and I saw them transforming and I helped them, becoming a father and build a family and be running companies. So in reality, we are selling confidence, we're giving them confidence. And this was the biggest gift I ever received in my life, was to learn Jiu-Jitsu so I could pass forward. I honestly believe that Jiu-Jitsu influences you and how you see the world. It's like if you are a real Jiu-Jitsu man, you can be a coward, you can be a bully, you cannot push people around, you cannot be unfair. And if I see unfairness, I'm intervening. It can happen next to me, it doesn't matter. It became part of me. I have to be a righteous man on every aspect. And I do believe Jiu-Jitsu is the most important tool that I had to change me that way, And people ask all the time why I smile so much. It's like there's nothing in life that I fear, And when you don't fear nothing, you have a tendency to be a happier man. You can find more philosophy on those mats, rolling on those mats with us, than actually in any Ivy League school in America. It's like you can sit down with anybody who graduate from Harvard, and they still beginning their life. When you get your black belt here, you're ready for life. It's every time I walk into this match, it's like I read a book. I learn from all my brothers who sweat and train with me here. And I learn from their experience, and I improve, and there's no subject that I cannot talk to you about. When you earn the respect and the love and the admiration of people that you admire, this is the most valuable asset you can have in life.
I think I got in love for Jiu-Jitsu in the first month when I had one guy over there in my school, and the guy said to me, "Hey kid, why not training hard to compete?" And I realized somebody noticed me there on the mat, I'm start putting so much passion for training, play soccer, taekwondo, judo, everything. Never, I put in so much effort to do like I did in jiu-jitsu back in the days. And that's kind of making me a strong guy, making me a strong kid, making me, realize, if I think I can do this really well because I'm having people over here behind my back to support me. And then I think after that day, start competing, after start getting support from the adults, from my coach, from start traveling around the world, all this make me realize I can make something. I think I got all that love in jiu-jitsu because I had one guy believe myself back in the days and, open the doors from his gym for training.
Look, he's on top. He's in superior position. If you let him adjust too much, he's gonna lose heavier. Right? Let's go. Come on, come in.
You can help other people, and then you feel part of something bigger, and this is pretty awesome.
I think it's something that is very easy to be involved. I'm not saying it's easy to learn jiu-jitsu, but it's very easy to you get involved with jiu-jitsu because there is no race. It's everybody together, no religion. Everybody just train together, and everybody feels really comfortable. You're able to get your workout in the day without feeling working that hard. You just like a mental work, but at the same time, you're just like sweating so much. So you're getting workout, but also like thinking a lot. So every time I'm on the mat, I'm just like feeling everything. And imagine like more people have to train with me, like more fun I'm gonna have. I was always loved to do jiu-jitsu.
For me, the beauty of Jiu-Jitsu, what I love so much is it becomes a lifestyle for me. I can do in life what I can do in Jiu-Jitsu. Let's say I have some problems, right, in life, and I just thinking about Jiu-Jitsu, about patience. For example, if I'm in a bad position, somebody's in my back or something, always I have to breathe and look to the right side and escape. Same thing in life. If I have some problems in life, I always think somebody's on my back. And I have to look to the right side, take my time, breathe, catch my breath, and sometimes, it takes like weeks to figure out what I'm going to do, but as long as I figure it out and solve my problems, that's what matters. That's what I love in Jiu-Jitsu. That's what I try to show my students, self-defense. But the most important for me is like what do we learn here on the mats and we can apply in the real life. That's what I like the most in Jiu-Jitsu. That's for me is the beauty.
Meu nome é Kyra Gracie, eu sou faixa preta de Jiu-Jitsu. Sou a primeira e a única mulher na família Gracie a conquistar a faixa preta. Sou 3 vezes campeã do Abu Dhabi e 5 vezes campeã mundial. O Jiu-Jitsu ele é tudo na minha vida, porque eu comecei a praticar desde muito pequena, em casa. Eu tinha um tatame, eu cresci na mesma casa que o Renzo, o Ralph e o Ryan. Então assisti os campeonatos, logo depois eu comecei a competir também. Então o jiu-jitsu, ele me ensinou a lidar com os meus medos, a controlar minhas emoções, a respeitar todo mundo. Então a maneira que eu sou na minha vida é a maneira que eu luto, é a maneira que eu aprendi dentro do tatame. Então o jiu-jitsu é tudo que eu faço, tudo que eu respiro. E o jiu-jitsu me deu tudo que eu tenho. E pra minha família também. Então, Não é só não é um esporte, mas é uma maneira de viver.
Jiu-Jitsu, it's made me who I am, you know, like in everything. Everything that I do in my life, I think about Jiu-Jitsu, what Jiu-Jitsu taught me. You become, you know, like a better person, you know, like if you have a struggle in your life, you know, like you just think about having a struggle in Jiu-Jitsu. How are you gonna deal with that? Normal people, they don't do Jiu-Jitsu, they don't live the lifestyle. They way more easy to have struggles in life. They get depressed, they get sick, whatever happened in your life, whatever struggle that you have, you're able to overcome. And then only people, they do Jiu-Jitsu, they know that. Jiu-Jitsu gives you a power to overcome anything in your life. If you don't have money, you figure out the way to make money. If you get sick, you figure out the way to get better. If you get hurt, you figure out the way to heal. The mindset of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gives to you. You train, the guy put in a bad position, he's choking you. Okay, if you quit right away, you're not trying the way out. You have a first stroke and then you're quitting. No, the Jiu-Jitsu teach you, I need to get out here, you escape, and then you have the chance to win again. It's the same thing in life. Any struggle that you have, you can overcome. You know, I don't have an easy life. You know, I left my house when I was 14 years old. And then because of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's made me who I am today. It's made me help people become a better person in life, you know, make me like help my family, make me do everything. My spirit is like everything that I'm thinking is about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's about how I deal with the problems on the mat, how I'm gonna deal with the problems in the life. They make you powerful. Not powerful in strength and muscles, but powerful mindset. Never quitting anything can happen in your life. That's how I feel like with Jiu-Jitsu. You feel that you have like a superpower, like a heroes.
Jiu-Jitsu and submission grappling, it's almost like a complex debate. It's almost like a very intricate and high-level conversation in that there's so many different ways it can go. There's so many different variables that can come into play. And if you're someone who is very skilled in the art of conversation, you can have your way with someone who doesn't know how to talk well. In that sense, there's something very similar in the art of Jiu-Jitsu. But Jiu-Jitsu is far more difficult to do. People are physically resisting you the entire way. And the other factors that come into play that are giant are physical strength, conditioning, and the amount of hours and focus you've put in preparation. When you're watching two masters go at it, when you're watching a Jeff Glover or an Eddie Bravo or a Keenan Cornelius, when you watch really fun, exciting grapplers, when you watch them move and compete, you're getting to see something truly special in that you're getting to see the best representation so far in this day and age of an ancient art that has evolved substantially over a very short period of time.
I got obsessed with Jiu-Jitsu because of the amount of fun there is in playing a game where the plan is, the strategy is to get your opponent to submit, to get them to tap out. And every time you make your opponent tap out, and it's, to me, the ultimate virtual reality video game, and no one's getting hurt, man, it just fills you up with confidence, and you're constantly reminded of how magical your body is. If you are not doing Jiu-Jitsu and you're one of those guys that has a job where you've mastered it a long time ago and you got your job, you've been at your job for 34 years and it's all mastered, and you spend 8 to 10 hours a day, and then you drive to and from work, and by the time you get home, you grab something to eat, maybe you veg out a little bit on the internet, maybe on TV, and then bam, you're not constantly reminded how magical your body is, because in Jiu-Jitsu, as long as you're going on a regular basis, you're reminded you suck at this technique, and then you get good at it, and then it becomes unconscious. And then this next technique, the techniques are endless. It's just like a constant mastering of techniques. So when you're reminded of that, you're reminded that you could do that with anything. You're constantly reminded how magical your body is. Just repetition and practicing, and then you could become a master at anything. Then you become successful in all areas of your life, because you realize that, you might have you probably do have other passions in life, and you realize that you can get really good at that if you just spend some time and you practice and you drill. For when I started jiu-jitsu back in 1994, so many of my teammates and classmates have gone on to super successful careers. There's so many. I'm surrounded by all these guys that are really successful in the arts and business, and it comes from jiu-jitsu. It comes from being reminded that you can be good at anything. You can really be good at anything. All you have to do is practice. And if you're not reminded of that, like in jiu-jitsu, you forget, and then you don't have confidence in yourself that you could do anything, and you're like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, that'll take too long. I can't do that. So you're just stuck in your own little box, and you never expand and grow and never live to your full potential. That's my belief.
Eu acho que a vitória começa dentro da academia, né? Dentro do treinamento, dentro de um desejo, de uma vontade que você tem. Eu tenho uma frase que eu gosto muito, que é do Cassius Clay, lutador de boxe, Muhammad Ali. Ele sempre falava que os campeões não eram feitos dentro da academia, mas sim de um desejo dentro do coração, de uma vontade. Então, eu tento colocar essa vontade dentro de mim todos os dias. Todos os dias eu me foco. Todos os dias eu tô pronto, eu tenho que estar pronto, preparado, porque eu sei que o treino não é fácil. O treino sendo difícil, a luta é mais fácil. O estado de espírito que você tem que ter é como calmo, mas ao mesmo tempo agressivo. Você tem que estar o tempo todo focado, né, dia após dia. E eu tento colocar uma alegria dentro de mim, em saber que eu já conquistei várias coisas e que essa só é mais uma coisa que eu vou ter que conquistar. Eu tenho um desejo dentro de mim o tempo todo. A vitória começa dentro da academia. E eu sei que meu corpo às vezes tá dolorido, machucado, mas eu sei que a minha mente não tem limite. O meu corpo tem limite. Então eu faço com que minha mente não pare o meu corpo. E eu continuo. E aí eu acho que a vitória é garantida quando você está focado, está fazendo tudo certo, é consequência de um trabalho duro. Eu acredito que através do trabalho duro você conquista muitas coisas da sua vida, né? E foi assim que eu conquistei os meus títulos, foi assim que eu conquistei minha família, foi assim que eu conquistei meus amigos. Então eu acho que isso é uma coisa que não tem preço, é um presente de Deus.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a live art. It means it's evolving constantly. And there's also an influence of competition because, of course, a martial arts because you need to learn to survive against an aggression. So that's the primary objective of martial art, is to survive an aggression trying to destroy you. That's absolutely the number one objective of martial art. But the fun part of martial art too is to be able to compete. So there's an evolution going on constantly, and they kind of parallel each other a little bit, but the competition aspect becomes way more technical, way more focused on points and objectivity of winning a fight. So there's more athleticism, there's more preparation. The techniques become less concerned about surviving an attack. If you have a person that competes in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you're not worried about getting punched.
A gente do jiu-jitsu, a gente inventa muita coisa, a gente sempre dá um jeito de vencer, entendeu? Então, a gente não aceita a derrota. Desde quando o jiu-jitsu nasceu, do grande ganhar do maior. Então, a gente já tem isso, já vem de berço. Sem contar que o jiu-jitsu é o melhor esporte do mundo. Você não consegue lutar MMA se você não souber jiu-jitsu. Você não consegue lutar DCC se você não souber jiu-jitsu. Então, isso significa que o jiu-jitsu é o esporte mais importante para você lutar um ADCC e lutar um MMA.
My connection with Jiu-Jitsu is everything to do with what I do. Because I truly believe that what I do is something that is helping people. And I really, truly take my helping people as my religion. You know, I really, truly believe that helping people is one of the biggest missions that you have in life. And I have such a connection to what God has put in my life, you know, with just a sport. And a sport that I'm really actually good at it. And a sport that I can help people with. But I have definitely a huge connection with my spirituality, because if it wasn't for the sport, I would not be mentally strong enough to support, you know, so many things that I have in my life. My mom just died of cancer right now. My mom had cancer. You know, I have a daughter who was blind. But how many guys would be using an excuse to have a blind daughter to be a drunk or a drug addict? Because of the sport, I never done that. And because of the sport, I'm never going to do that. The sport of jiu-jitsu and grappling saved my mind. The sport played a huge role in my life. And, you know, I suck it up and grind it out. And I still grind it out. I mean, I'm always going to grind it out. I mean, I'm never going to quit. Because what I learned from the sport, how much you think it worth your kid to learn something like this. There you go. Grab the legs. Put your head in the other side. Put your head in the other side. Now from there you drive. There you go. Now push the leg. Pass one leg. No, push the leg inside. You're coming from here. You're inside the guard. You're gonna push her leg with the hand and put your knee over. What I love, man, is so connected to God, in my opinion. Be grateful. In many circumstances, you know, always can be worse.
In regard to Jiu-Jitsu become like an experience for the practitioner, I feel like that kind of relationship can become even spiritual, because it's not about learning how to fight, it's understand about your own potential, and that kind of search for itself is a search where you become more familiar with your problems, with your expectations, with how to release pressure, how to become a more grounded person in a positive way. So definitely that translates to your life, to your daily basis, to your spiritual life, because you become more surrendering and more peaceful. And I think that is very much related. I see Jiu-Jitsu as a practice which give you an evolutionary process in the physical and the mental and also in the spiritual level. For me, the beauty of the art is to give to one's possibilities, endless possibilities. And when I'm involved with Jiu-Jitsu, I become a believer of the leverage and the technique and the options you have to find solutions in what sometimes seems no solution. That is kind of a very profound aspect of Jiu-Jitsu, and supposed to be the weaker one, a chance to become strong, to become in level of anyone, completely zen, open, responsive, sharp, not anticipating, no anxieties. Is more the situation becomes stormy and confused, more calm and centered, and it's like everything becomes slow motion, doing precisely what has to be done. That's a great tool to use in our daily basis.
Se você treina boxe, ou kickbox, ou karatê, os caras vão te bater, tu vai apanhar, tu vai se machuca, tu sai de uma sessão de boxe machucado. Faz um sparring de boxe, tu vai tomar um soco na cara. No jiu-jitsu não tem. Você controla, você tem a opção de bater ou não bater, você tem a opção de quebrar ou não quebrar, você consegue controlar o adversário. É uma arte muito mais delicada, uma arte de defesa pessoal. E é uma arte que dá alavanca, dá força pro pequeno poder se defender contra o grande.
Even though I was born into a family of fighters, you know, the Gracie family, when I was introduced to Jiu-Jitsu, you know, when I was 4, my dad was playing around with me and I thought I was just playing, but I was actually, I was doing technique. So right away, I fell in love with it. I couldn't live without it, part of my life. Jiu-Jitsu makes you challenge yourself all the time. And Jiu-Jitsu helped me with my life because if you think about it, Jiu-Jitsu is like a life model. You can be in a really good position and all of a sudden you're in a bad position. Or you can be in a really bad position and you fight your way through, you escape, and then you get a superior position. So that helps you deal with life itself, because that's a great life model. You understand the analogy? Like, you know, like sometimes the guy's like choking you and you're about to pass out, and all of a sudden you give your heart, you escape. And then you reverse, and then you're in a good position. So life, sometimes in life, you're in a really bad spot, in a really bad situation. You're patient, and all of a sudden you're out, you're in a good position, you're in a good spot. So Jiu-Jitsu is nothing different than life. Because life, I think life is a constant battle. If you take a drop of water from the sewage and you put it under a microscope, you see that everything is fighting everything else. Nature is not in harmony. In the ocean, big fish eat little fish. Inside our bodies, everything is fighting everything. So life itself is a battle. And Jiu-Jitsu, I think, gives humans the harmony and how to deal with situations like that.